me finish. I thought George was secretly in love with Taylor Swift.
No.
But then all of a sudden, basketball...
To a creepy degree, right?
No!
Like, there's concern.
All right. I'll add it into your Pokemon deal.
Oh, George, I'm shipping you Pokemon too.
Whoa, whoa, whoa. Welcome to MetaZoo with you, America's most confusing intro TCG podcast. I'm of course joined by the man, the home movie maven himself, Josh.
Gosh, I spent hours trying to find your grandpa's home movies, Josh. Hours.
That's weird. You didn't find them?
No. I searched tall guy's grandpa's home movies. Nothing popped up.
Your Google skills, not great.
It's not on YouTube. It's on another website, Louis. That's your problem. Did you ever find the link, Josh?
The link to what?
Your grandfather's channel, the only thing this podcast cares about.
The only thing anybody
I'm not giving it. I'm not giving. You guys got to use your Google skills. It is not hard.
There is no way we can find some random dude's bird walking.
I'll ask his mom, George. I'll ask his mom.
Okay. Oh, that's my grand goddaughter. And I am, of course, joined by the candy maven himself, Sorcery's #1 content creator, the man who will have more bundles in 3 months than Rudy, Louis DeGeorge.
What is up, everybody? And George, I'm glad you're here. We never know if you're going to be here or not. I didn't know if you're going to be at a basketball game or some sort of balloon carnival. I don't know. You just never know with you.
I love basketball and I love balloons.
It's always wild with you. All right, everyone. What?
I bought a new arcade soccer game.
Yeah? What's it do?
Hit the ball. Ball goes in the goal. You get a goal. You get
Soccer doesn't seem like it would be that popular.
You know what? It does well. I have it on test. I have it on test for another.
Is it like all the kids who can't play soccer, so they go to the arcade and they're like, "Oh, look at me! I'm an athlete
what an arcade
now."
Is.
All right, everyone.
All the kids who can't play sports go to the arcade.
Josh, you like basketball?
Yeah, but I also go to the arcade because I'm not good at anything.
You two both are just basketball enthusiasts. I don't know how to handle that. I don't know how I feel about basketball these days. All right, we're talking about starter decks for Magic the Gathering. To Magic Super Secret Lair. We're gonna talk about sorceries art. We're gonna talk about Star Wars and Lorcana. All right, everyone.
Lorcana is a layup this week. Don't worry, boys. We got it.
Oh, we also have a surprise topic for everybody.
Yeah.
We have the MetaZoo Minute.
We're back, baby.
But
we are back.
We're just calling it Stevie. The MetaZoo Minute. We have MetaZoo news. No, we don't. We don't have anything MetaZoo.
There's no news, but there is stuff we can talk about. Welcome to May the Zoo be with you.
All right, let's hop into Magic. Let's get that out of the way. So recently, we have often found ourselves talking about this in a little bit, but I thought this time we could really get into it. Recently on Magic Online. Yeah, nope. I know this was in the Discord.
You said arena when we did our little pre-meeting.
Oh, it's not arena. It's online.
He said online in the notes.
Yeah.
Nobody cares about Magic Online.
Well, it's
nobody.
The point isn't to talk about Magic Online, but recently in Magic Online, they put out 5 new starter decks for 5 formats. The idea of a really easy way in onboarding to get people to play new formats.
Yeah.
And so I thought we could have a little conversation about, do they need to do this more for paper Magic? We haven't really seen like a paper starter deck thing for quite a while. We had
they had those stupid beginner commander decks a while ago that were a total flop.
So I think all commander decks work as starter decks for commander, right?
A store should really go all in on those. A store should be like, I'm the commander store. Like that would do well.
I told you, you're bearing the lead here. I think is that what that means? Yeah. I'm all in on commander decks. I have doubled the amount of commander decks in my store in the last week. I'm going all in. I'm giving up on all other formats, and I'm all in.
Josh is banned from
Yeah.
gamergrove.gg.
Oh,
If Josh tries to go to gamergrove.gg, his computer explodes.
God.
You don't like Commander? Get out of here. You're not welcome here. I'm just joking. You're welcome here. And we're still doing other formats. But what I noticed in my store, we have a whole shelf that's draft boxes from all the old sets. And I thought when I started a store, I thought, hey, somebody will see a box of Dominaria and be like, you know what I want to do? Draft Dominaria with my friends. And we'll throw in prize support and we'll have fun. Nobody has ever done that. Nobody has even thought about it. So I got rid of all that crap, threw it in the back room.
The problem is they all want to play like sets that like are now $10 trillion. Like they all want like the rare sets.
Well, they just want to draft Commander Masters is what they want to do. Like that's what you know how many times that's happened? People just be like, hey, we have 4 people.
Commander Masters so goat.
Yeah. Anyway, so then I was actually responding to a guy who wanted to sell me a bunch of Commander decks, and I was baffled by the expense of Commander decks from the past. All these decks that I thought weren't going to do anything, like Commander Baldur's no, not Commander, sorry, back up. Dungeons and Dragons Adventures in the Forgotten Realms.
I remember that.
The worst set of all time. The Commander decks are like $130.
Have you seen the deck from Kaldheim is the same way. Kaldheim may be worst set of all time.
Per deck or per 4? Pat?
One of the decks is $130.
Yep.
It's insane. So I'm going all
Rudy
in.
went all in on those kind of pre-cons for a while.
Yeah, that's probably why they're pumping. Probably Rudy.
He pumping and dumping on us?
No, remember when he tried to do that with From the Vault? If Rudy can't pump From the Vault, Rudy can't pump Commander decks. Like there's infinitely more Commander decks out there than From the Vault.
Yeah. But they're infinitely more popular too.
That's fair. Anyway, starter decks. Should Magic come out with a starter deck set up for each format and push that in paper or not?
I mean, they do, right? This is what you guys have told me. This is what Commander decks are for. This is their starter deck in paper. But should they do ones for other formats? Probably not. You're going to teach these people to play other formats that they don't fire at their game store? I don't think so. I think we're all in on the entry point for Commander. Do I think they should have challenger decks? If they want to revive Standard, they extended the Standard lifespan 3 years. Should they introduce challenger decks here? Sure. But starter decks? No, I don't think so.
Whoever invented challenger decks should be put to death instantaneously. They should not pass go. Do not collect $200. You almost sank my store my first 3 months. Shout out to my rep who was like,
way too many.
I was told they were going to do good, and they sat forever.
You were told by the guy selling you the product.
It's not my fault you buy too many decks.
What?
And this is one of the problems, is you have stores like George, who's like, I want 5,000, and then he gets 5,000, and he dumps them on TCG.
What do I do with all these?
They're unsellable. You can't sell. You can't dump them. You cannot dump them.
I still have challenger decks too, but
George officially outed as the owner of the banana stand.
Yes.
No, that guy reached out to me. I didn't even tell you guys this. Well,
No.
his friend reached out to me. Actually, 2 people reached out to me about the banana stand, and apparently,
How is this not the main topic for Magic?
Yeah, wait, what?
I didn't even respond to them. I was too busy.
Did you invite them on the podcast?
Somebody was like, you want me to get in touch with them? They'll probably come on the podcast. I
Yes!
dropped the ball.
I want the banana stand.
No, sorry. I dropped the banana. What do you want from me?
You can reach out to me next time.
I dropped the banana. Well, we have our title for the episode.
Louis dropped his banana.
So what did they say about the banana stand? That's all I hear about now. I hear about that and Josh's grandfather. That's it.
They said, and I quote, "Hey, I know the guy from the banana stand. They're in my area. It's Missouri. Do you want me to get in touch with them?" And I haven't even opened the message yet. It's still on unread. It's still
what a terrible scoopy.
I'm sorry. I dropped the banana. It's not my fault. Well, it is. It is my fault.
It's exactly your fault.
Somebody was dropping the rumors wildly and completely unconfirmed, just incredible levels of speculation that it might be GTS.
No.
Because they're based in Missouri, too.
Oh, is it?
That's the rumor. I can actually Google that. Hold on. That can become a confirmed
rumor.
A business's location isn't a rumor.
The rumor that GTS is based in Missouri? I'm
going to confirm right now, maybe.
I don't think that's true. Well, my GTS rep is
in New York. Wait, that's GTS Securities. That's different.
Well, my rep is in New York. Like their office is in New York, so I feel like they might be in New York. Because GTS can't be big enough to have multiple. Are they big enough? Really?
I think.
So, Josh, you said standard decks, but they haven't done standard challenger decks in a long time. The last challenger decks, Mothman, heck yeah. The last challenger decks were Pioneer, and it's when they were pumping the Pioneer format.
All right. I can confirm that GTS is not in Missouri.
Okay, so it's not them. So we can just pretend like that whole part of the podcast didn't exist right there, because that was.
They did open them up
to MetaZoo be with you.
I am actually pro this. I think it. If they came out with a standard challenger deck right now, I want to go all in on them. I want to spend a bunch of money on them, but I would buy them and then run standard
coming at me
challenger deck only tournaments for like 2 months at my store. Where like
Nobody's
you had
going to that. Nobody's
I think they would. I think that would actually be
they absolutely would go to that.
Yeah, I think that would actually be a really good start to like jumpstart the standard format.
You have challenger decks in your store right now. Try it.
Yeah, but they're not standard legal. And I have like
legal?
five. I have like 5 of them. No, the last ones were Pioneer legal. I don't
don't you have the kind before that? They had the ones before that were something else.
Well, that standard would be out of rotation by about 4 years now, honey.
That's true. That rotates.
Yeah,
right. And standard, as they have made the changes to try to lengthen the lifespan, it makes more sense for challenger decks now than it did before, right? When rotation happening more frequently.
People the Pioneer decks. I remember people like the Pioneer decks.
Yeah, listen, they're fun. It's not a perfect science. It's never going to be a top selling item, but should they have them, especially if you're trying to breathe life into a format, yeah, you need something off the shelf that's easiest to buy. Like, think about the reason you have trouble getting people involved in standard is the amount of effort and money it takes to get a deck together. Right. Like people, you've proven it, Louis, and we've talked about it. People will play Magic if you give them the cards to play Magic, and they'll tweak stuff. But that much effort, they're just not going to do. They're going to sit there and play Commander with their friends.
Yeah. I've said this multiple times on the channel that pauper decks like this would be a really great way for them to monetize pauper. Because if I wanted a new pauper deck right now, a tier 1 pauper deck, the cards inside the deck are only like $40 to $50. But after shipping and fees and everything on TCG Player, it would be like a $100 purchase for me.
Decks were like $5.
No, it's like $50.
Yeah.
What?
But after shipping,
to be a penny.
No,
it's
common. After
it's penny
shipping,
dreadful, I think.
After shipping, it's like $100 basically every time I buy a pauper deck. And so if they came out with the big problem with these decks, like a set of decks like this, is it's hard to print a standard viable deck without way too much reprint equity, right? Like you couldn't put a Sheoldred, or you couldn't put 4 Sheoldreds in one of these, but to have show up and play competitive standard, you would want 4 Sheoldreds. But with pauper, they can't crash the market of any of the cards, because like the most expensive card's like $6. What are you gonna do? Crash the snuff out goes from $6 to 50 cents. Oh my gosh, nobody cares. Like I think pauper would be a really great way, and then they could monetize the format, and I think that would be a net positive for the community. But
you could do it with standard. Nobody buying that deck expects it to be perfect out of the box.
Yeah, no,
like,
and I
there's got to be room for upgrades.
Like it's up to stores to do events, like I was saying, where it's like, hey, for 2 months at least, we're just going to use these decks, and then you guys can, expand into the standard environment from there. I really hope they do this. Like, I hope they see the success of this. If there's success on it, I hope on Magic Online it's really successful. It won't be because it's Magic Online, but I hope they move that way.
We're about to talk about the number of Lorcana games played during this episode. You guys keep alluding that Magic Online is not successful. How many games of Magic Online do you think are played in a week?
5.
No clue. Is there a way to know that?
I think it would be drastically more than the Lorcana numbers we're about to talk about.
Well, congrats. 30 years. In 30 years, we'll see what happens, boss. 30 years coming at you.
Your game won't be here.
Could you imagine if Lorcana is around in 30 years?
Not if. Bob Iger will then be running that as well. He will get to have it under the Disney umbrella.
I'm still team Bob Iger has no clue that Lorcana exists.
No, he's got no idea.
Nobody is on the other team of that. Nobody.
Good.
Yeah.
Nobody could ever possibly be on the other side of that argument.
So I think there's a difference too in what you were talking about with starter decks versus challenger decks. We saw starter decks for Lord of the Rings. Do you remember those?
Yeah, I guess I want to clarify. I'm talking about basically challenger decks, but
okay.
we can move into starter decks because they do
I
have
like yeah. They have those. They have the arena special where you can get one. Like if you pay shipping, Magic ships you like the arena starters.
I didn't know.
So there's a program. Yeah, you get the arena starters. So if you and a friend want to play paper, and they're not good or powerful decks, but they have stuff like that's out there, and it's been going on for the longest time. It's just you don't hear about it anymore because like who's doing that? You just go to your store and learn to play Magic with a commander deck off the shelf, or sit there and borrow someone's deck. Like that's the way people learn to play Magic.
I think the dream for this would be some sort. I guess maybe they don't even call them challenger decks anymore because that kind of has a negative.
The name is tainted.
You know why?
Because George bought 5,000 of them.
But if they did, I mean, they could even call them arena decks, right? And like it's a deck that has a code for arena.
It'd be called online decks, apparently, Louis.
No, I'm saying they should do it for arena because it would be standard.
Because people actually play arena.
But you go to your local game store, you spend $35-$40 for a deck, and you get a code to get. You get a code to go
and then
play
you unlock the deck in arena. They have that in the inverse. Yeah. The challenger deck thing would be cool. And we've talked about needing to tie digital to physical and get people to want to buy cards. The problem is if it stops there, like if you buy the deck on arena or you buy the deck in person, you get the code which gives you the exact replica of the deck on arena. Now you've got to pick. Do I upgrade this deck on arena and stop going to my local game store? Or do I upgrade the deck in paper and don't really use it on arena anymore?
Right. Yeah, I mean, at that point, you just if you have a community, you have a community. If not, you probably don't. But what are you laughing at, George?
I'm thinking of the intro. To be honest with you.
All right, super secret layer.
Keep it 100.
Super secret layer. So I went all.
How do we not call this double secret? God, you fumbled this week. Continue.
I'm sorry.
That's all right. I blame you. I mainly blame you for the banana. Like I wanted the banana Scoopies, and
listen.
I can't believe you fumbled the banana Scoopy.
The problem with all this is that our podcast comes out on Friday, and I am slammed all day Friday, all day Saturday, and then Sunday is like my day with the family, and then Monday I'm slammed all day.
The banana stand is way more important than your family. I'm just going to say
apparently the banana stand was an Arrested Development joke too.
Yeah. I learned that. Somebody
it's like the banana stand only makes money. I thought that was pretty funny.
Yeah.
But anyway,
you got to reach back out to them, Louis.
Maybe.
No.
Or hand it off to one of us.
Josh will take care of it from here. He is the responsible one on this podcast, and everybody knows that. I'm actually shocked he reached out to you and not him.
If you think you're busy, buddy.
Yeah, but you're responsible and busy. Louis is irresponsible and busy.
That is not difference. True. That is not. Louis running a very successful business that only plays Commander and is killing other formats aggressively.
Does not make me responsible.
Also probably false. So, for 2, but I love it.
I like to think of myself as responsibly immature.
I can see that.
Yeah, that's like my
That's. I think that's where we all fit in.
Soon in Japan.
Did you see the 151 bundle from Southern this week?
No.
$18,000. You had to take 53 boxes of Scarlet and Violet base set in order. Yeah. Don't worry, it gets worse. You also had to take like hundreds of. Actually, this one was not as bad, but it was also 254 or 240 toolkits, deck builder toolkits. But wait, here's the kicker: they have Evolving Skies packs in them.
Wait, what does?
Yeah, the kits. I didn't know that until 15 minutes after my rep texted me, and as soon as I knew, I said, "I'll take it. I'll take the bundle. I want the bundle." And I missed it by 5 minutes. I was so pissed. Yeah, as you got.
Wait, how much 151 did you get?
I didn't get any. Because you had to buy the bundle.
Bozo, but how much was in the bundle?
I don't off the top of my head I don't remember. It was like 24 ultra premium collections at regular cost and maybe 20 bundles.
No way that's worth it. That's a lot of Scarlet and Violet.
That's a lot of
That's a lot.
20 cases of the bundles is what I'm.
20
cases of the bundles. Yeah. So 200.
Well, that might be worth it. I would probably would have gotten that.
I'm still
I
enraged that there's no booster box.
I
for that
found
set.
somebody. I even found like somebody locally who would take a bunch of the Scarlet and Violet boxes at cost if I gave them Evolving Skies packs, like 1-to-1 for boxes. And I was like so excited about it, but I missed it. I was super pissed.
Shout out to that game store that copies your events. The
Were
heaviest
you
of
ripping
bag,
them off? Were you like, I got a deal
Yeah.
for you?
No, what?
heaviest of bag carriers.
No, it wasn't that. It
The
wasn't a
luggage
store.
professionals.
It wasn't a store.
That's too bad.
And they also don't do that anymore.
I would be totally fine with you dunking on your competitor locally.
Yeah.
though. I want to be
No,
crystal clear.
I'm not doing that. I love all my competitors.
including Team Cover.
Is this a weird like Jake Paul I love my haters moment for you?
Say it. Say it. I want you to say it. Take your medicine.
I just wish we could get on, like, we could just do it out, like in a basketball game or something. You know what I mean? Like, just like, who can hit the best jump shot? Who's the best basketball player? Or like, I don't know, some sort of like, I don't know, some silly contest, like balloon animals. You know, like I could wreck.
Balloon animal contest.
I could wreck somebody.
We're going to the fair, boys.
I could wreck somebody in a balloon animal contest. I'd be so good at that.
I'm not nimble. I got no nimbleness. When I repair games, it's like, it's like sausages down there. It ain't good.
See, I would have assumed you'd be, because you're a carny, I would just assume you're a pro with a balloon. Like,
no.
Like
Amateur hour, baby. They got the meat. I got the meat hooks.
the meat balloon hooks. All right. Super Secret Lair. So Fallout Secret Lair went out this week. Don't worry, it's sold out, everybody. You can't.
Of course. You know why?
I don't know.
Magic is GOAT.
Oh, okay. To catch some of you guys up, if you're not familiar,
All right. First of all, we discussed this previously in the podcast, so go back and listen from episode 1 until now, so you have all the information you need. Continue, Louis.
some people
The
do
podcast
that.
makes a shift
Do you
about
know-
a year in.
you-
I can
you
warn you.
You guys don't know this because you don't see all the comments, but like people still comment on like episode 3, 4, 5 of this podcast. Like,
I listened about a
they, like,
year
go
ago.
back.
I listened to episode 1 to see like how much we had improved or changed.
Definitely
Ep-
worse. Definitely worse.
Episode 1.
Way more basketball jokes.
Episode 1 is so insane in hindsight. It's like it's unreal. It's unreal how insane the first episode is.
That's funny.
So go back and listen to it, everybody. Get them views up.
People still they still watch, like they start over. They're like, I started watching your podcast and I decided to watch at the beginning. This is wild. It's so fun.
It is wild.
It's so fun. Yeah. Anyway,
Took a
so
dark turn.
So Secret Layers changed a couple months ago. So
Yeah.
they are now not print to demand. They are now pre-printed, ships pretty much immediately, and a
Oh, I
set,
didn't know they shipped immediately.
Mhm.
like a couple days.
That was their excuse for pre-printing them.
I like
They can
Yeah,
ship them
good.
faster.
Um,
I think the whole Secret Layer shift is a positive, right?
yeah,
It's not
I think most
yeah.
people consider it a positive. There was a whole, the
Oh.
people who want all cards to be 30 cents, they weren't pro it,
Chris Cox the GOAT.
but
I got roasted when I said this was a positive. I got destroyed in that comment section.
I mean, so okay, I'm gonna say this quietly so that people can't hear. I was watching another content creator's very popular Commander game. I won't say what content creator it is. And they, every time they played a card, they were like, I'm playing a totally real blah blah. They were like bragging about having proxies. I was like, man, like they really, really want to rile the like proxy, not proxy community up. It's like, kind of weird, but
That is still my favorite video of yours because you called me in horror at like the views and the comments.
dude, that video.
Like you call, like very rarely do you call me about videos. You're like, I don't know what I just did.
That is the only video I've ever debated. Should I just pull it or not? But I leave it up. I get comments on that thing daily. It's wild. That's wild. People
Your take
don't
was
like.
so bad too. You had the worst take on it.
What was your
Well,
take?
So
it was
it's
all
like
proxies are sent by the devil.
no. Okay. So Magic 30 came out, and all of the giant content creators were basically like, Magic's printing proxies. We should normalize proxies. And then that week, like 2 websites popped up where you could put your entire commander deck list onto the website, and for $75 it would print and ship you the commander deck. So you have all of your basic lands are proxies, everything is proxy, it prints and ships you the deck.
Why are we proxying basic lands?
Yeah, and I was
What
like,
are we doing?
my point of the video was like, if I can just put that deck list up onto a website and get the whole deck for $75 and there's no repercussions to that, that seems like a negative to the ecosystem of Magic the Gathering.
What do you want Chris Cox to do about that exactly?
It's not a really Chris Cox thing. It was more like a, hey, I'm okay with like a couple proxies and your friends, playing at your house, and they want to proxy a mana vault because they can't afford one, and it's whatever. I'm cool with that, but there's a difference between proxy friendly and like, hey, everybody, hit the print button on your commander deck.
I'm fine with. I am not fine with proxies.
Good save.
Yeah,
solid work.
I think they're bad. And
you're
evil.
allowed to be fine with proxies as a store as long as it's not an officially sanctioned Magic event.
Is that true?
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm fine with proxies.
Yeah, you just can't. If somebody's running a proxy in your store and you run it through EventLink, you're in trouble.
Yeah.
As long as you're not running it through EventLink, there's no negative.
And how they're ever going to catch you for
Magic
that
Play Network.
Who knows?
Just run it with MTG Online. That's super
I'm
successful.
Those
I'll be
are
the one
all
user.
proxies.
Yeah, they are all proxies. Wait a second. It's all digital. It's like an NFT proxy.
The worst of proxies.
It's the worst.
How did we not talk about the Eclipse?
I forgot about it because I looked at the sun.
I want you to know you were number one on my list of people that have permanent eye damage by a mile.
Did you see
By a mile.
the Google results?
I sent it to you.
Yeah.
The number of my eyes hurt searches looks like straight hockey stick.
Listen,
after the Eclipse.
listen. I went to the local community college to pick up glasses. The only place that still had them. All the libraries were out. I wasn't going to look. And I was like, yeah, I'm working from home. There were students out there, just like college students. And I'm like, oh, I get why. I'm looking at a crowd. They had a big event. There was music. There was dance. I get why you have to tell people. And they were just like, oh, okay.
I am totally okay with it with college students. They're probably drunk. It's fine.
No, it was 1 o'clock in a community college. It's a community college. There are no dorms.
At 1 o'clock.
Everyone drove.
It was at.
I was drunk, but that's because I was working.
Okay.
Wait, were you in the path, Josh?
Yeah.
I didn't know that. I thought the path was different. I
wasn't in the path of totality. I was like 97%.
Yeah, that's like
I was like 0.7%. I was in a meeting.
It was at like 3:15 our time. And the store opens at 4, so I had gotten to the store.
Oh my
and
god!
we have there's a Thai restaurant right outside of our thing. There's a Thai restaurant and then like a nail salon and whatever. And so I was out there and I didn't have glasses because I thought we were like 50%. I was like, I'm not gonna do anything about this, right?
Makes sense.
So I get there and they're all out there looking with glasses, and I walk over and one of the ladies that owns the Thai restaurant, and we chat all the time. I get Thai food 3 times a week.
That's because Thai food is incredible.
It is so good. So good. One of the reasons I wanted to put the shop there was because of the Thai restaurant. It's been my favorite restaurant for a long time.
Because you could totally convince me that's true.
I'm closing my eyes.
Everything I say is true.
I'm picturing your shop is just in the strip mall from Better Call Saul.
So I'm out there with like 7 Thai restaurant employees, and 2 pairs of glasses. And then the nail salon, they come out, and one of the ladies is just like, yeah, you can look at it. If you look really close with your naked eye, you can see it. And I was like, oh no, don't do that. Don't do that. What are you doing?
You won't be able to read the Magic cards.
Yeah, my wife's an 8th grade teacher, and they all went out to look at it, and the 8th grader's like, I can't be outside right now. It's going to damage my eyes, right? It's like, no, if you stare at the sun, how do people drive during the eclipse? Doesn't it hurt their eyes? Like, oh God.
I was surprised that Magic didn't take advantage of this, by the way.
Yeah, me too.
Tops
did.
Tops did they?
They had an Eclipse card.
Like, can you imagine like a secret layer that was only available during 100%. That day? And
amazing.
Every card has like an eclipse in the background, the art. Like, they really dropped the ball on that one. So
all the games did. Every game could have done that.
Yeah.
Not Pokemon, they're only sold in Japan.
Okay. So anyway, back to this. Secret layers are now print to demand. They also all the time have had hidden cards, but the hidden card historically has been. Oh man, I just broke the bracelet my daughter made for me.
Is that a candy bracelet?
No, if it was a candy bracelet, I would have eaten it already. But so on Fallout, they had three different options. That was basically like a randomized card thing, and one of them was. Oh wait, hold on, I just messed up everything. One of them was.
Oh yeah.
One of them was the Mana Vault. And so on three of the things, you're either going to get a Wastes, which is, it actually looks pretty cool. A Waste or a, what's the other one? Or a Codex
It's a Waste,
Shredder.
Yeah, Codex Shredder and a Mana Vault.
Yeah. And then randomly you're going to get you could get a Mana Vault. So I went all in. I bought like 12 of them. I figured maybe 1 in 12. I didn't want to risk more than that. By about 12 bundles of them.
Jeez.
But I don't know. What do you think about this? What do you think about them doing randomized like pulls on the secret layers now?
I mean, there's been random elements to the secret layer before, right? The 30th anniversary edition, the card that you got foil was random, right? So everyone got the same. Like when you got
yeah.
The secret layer, the 30th anniversary edition.
Yeah.
That was a secret layer, right?
Yeah, I have one right here.
Okay. Yeah, you got the card that you would get foil. You know what struck me weird about this one?
It was like one in every 3 packs.
Yeah. Right, but that was random. So I've done some random stuff before. More than I don't know. I don't hate it. I don't seem to have a problem with it. The weird part I thought was when they used the special hidden cards that you weren't supposed to know about to advertise the layer.
Yeah.
That was weird, right? Like,
yeah,
hey, this is our secret layer. Yeah, this is our secret layer. These are the cards you can get. Also, here's an ad about the secret cards to sell the layer. Like that felt weird.
It feels like they wouldn't have needed, like the value of these was actually pretty good too. Like it feels like they wouldn't have needed
let it be a surprise.
To pump it. We actually, somebody at Magic Rocks had all the value of the stuff. I guess it's not terribly good. You get $30 more if you get the bundle. One of them was way better than the rest of them, though.
Yeah.
Which one was good? The big one. The smaller one. The I don't remember what it was called, but the one that had Trinisphere and Spear Resistance and Winter Orb and Grand Arbiter Augustine had the best value. But I kind of like it.
The random. Yeah.
I don't mind the random. I don't love that they like advertised it. Like I almost wish it was a surprise thing. How much cooler would this have been if like you get the secret layer in and like you open up and you get a Mana Vault and nobody knew it existed? Like that would be super cool, right? But I wouldn't have bought, let me be honest, like I wouldn't have bought any of these if I didn't know that there was the Mana Vault chance.
Right, but now it would have sold out regardless whether you bought them or not. I think this sells out.
No, I know.
No matter what.
My 12. You mean my 12 didn't push it over?
I'm saying the people like you that bought just for the secret cards. Or
I thought you were just calling Louis out. I was way happy about the other one.
Sorry. No. So yeah, I don't know. The random is fine. I don't like advertising the hidden cards. Let them be a surprise.
Yeah, I get it. I think that the Fallout cards though have a ton of potential future like value. Like just because the Grand Arbiter, just because a Grand Arbiter is $3 in the regular printing doesn't mean that the Fallout one is going to be $3. Like I think that these have some. Sometimes the secret layers feel really good to me, where it's like, oh, these are gonna perform pretty well. That's why I went on them, but I don't know. I guess that's it. I guess that's all we're talking about with the Fallout. We had the same opinion, so we don't have anything to bicker about, which makes it hard.
Shout out to Ralph the Gnome sharing the spoilers in the Discord. That's how I found out they were advertising the special cards. That's weird.
Go get them, Ralph.
All right. Super secret layer. Congrats to anybody who got them. They are sold out, I think.
Were they super? Like, how fast did they sell out?
I mean, it was up for a day or two.
Oh.
Yeah.
I think it was less than I mean, I think it was what 24 hours to like 26 hours or something like that. It was either slightly less or slightly more than 24 hours.
Not gonna lie, I completely FOMO'd in. I wasn't gonna buy them, and then they sent an email that was like,
I got the email.
Low supply, and
I
was
got
like,
the email. I was like, oh,
time
this is
to
so
buy.
smart. This is so smart. The sucker money's coming in last.
That's Louis. Louis
I know.
the sucker.
I already know. This is your last chance.
All right, believe
Oh my god! Oh, we're going to sorcery now because I have a.
I don't think you're a sucker. I suckered in. I FOMO'd into the cats and dogs decks.
Wasn't that
Had
one?
a bunch
Did
of
that do really good?
Yeah, those are, and I wasn't gonna buy them until I got FOMO suckered in. So maybe it's gonna turn out really well for you.
Get?
I got a couple.
What was that one called?
Secret Lair. It's raining cats and
Raining
dogs.
Cats and Dogs.
Yeah.
That is currently, wow, this is taking forever to load. $290, Josh. Sell that crap now. Wasn't that $100?
100%.
It was something like that. It was 100 or 120, I think.
Gosh, the rate of sale of those are crazy too.
Yeah.
Of course, you know why?
I didn't buy any of those ones.
I got someone reached out. It was like, how fast do you think you should sell it? Do you think you should get them? I was like, okay. So,
what was the flip one called?
oh,
Heads you win?
Heads I win, tails you lose.
I bought that one, but
That deck
I
was
opened
cool.
it.
I put 4 of them in a
That was
cart and never
$300
finished
too. That's crazy. Okay,
Yeah.
note to self: whenever
Secret Lair Commander decks.
this will work with my whole business model now is go super hard on commander decks. See,
There you go. I'll sell you some cats and dogs. I got you.
it's
All things coming up Louis.
George, it's time to short commander decks.
100%. 100%.
The whole format, it's going down. Louis
Josh,
hopping on.
your moment to shine. Thank Louis right now for it.
Everyone's going to start playing Modern next week. Your local game store, don't go to Commander Night. You roll into Commander Night, everyone's going to be like, why isn't anybody playing Modern?
Yep, absolutely.
All right. For the record, that is a joke. I am not canceling any of my regular events, everybody who lives in West Virginia. It's a joke. I know sarcasm is not great in the Magic the Gathering environment.
TCG environment, not so great at this. Not so great at the lulls.
Yeah.
That's why our podcast gets the 4 viewers we get consistently. Those people appreciate the lulls.
They're like, we like the jokes.
Yeah. If you're coming here for news, you have wasted your time. Probably your life.
Shout out to the guy who argues with me in the comment section.
Do
All right,
people argue with you in the comment section?
dude.
What happened?
This week, my comment section has been a little bit wild. It's
A little
been
toxic?
It's been a little. Dude, the shorts are absolutely nuts. I did a token. Oh, we should do a guess the card, win the card. Here we go.
I'm ready. I'm
Wait,
ready.
Do I have a phone? Oh, this is. Oh, you won't be able to hear it on there.
Hold on, I got one too for you.
Here we go. Josh, you ready?
No.
I don't think this is the same card we did last week. There's a shot it might be though. All right, Josh, guess the card, win the card.
Is it doubling season?
No.
Is it white?
No.
Is it blue?
No.
Is it
Black.
black?
Yes. Black.
1 mana.
No.
2 mana.
No.
3.
Yes.
4. 3.
Yeah.
Is it 3?
Necropotence.
No.
Oh, I don't know then.
It's a creature.
Okay.
No.
I have no idea.
Oh, it's a zombie master.
All right, your turn,
I
Louis.
think it was the same card as last time.
I got ready.
What was it?
Guess the card, win the card.
Charizard.
No.
I don't know Pokemon.
It's in Japanese. I have no idea.
Anyway, I did a
All right, George, guess the card, win the card.
Man,
Mothman.
No.
that's it.
Okay.
No.
So can I tell you guys my story about the comment section? So I did a
Guess
I did
the
a
card, win the
token.
card.
I did a token, a zombie token, because like it was funny. The comment
I've never
section
gotten that
was
one.
like, the comment section was like, "This is cheating. That's not a real Magic the Gathering card. That's a Magic the Gathering accessory."
Did you
That is-
did
Oh,
did you tell him it was a proxy?
I was.
I like that take. I like that take.
You should have told him it was a proxy.
I don't ever get into it with the commenters. Most of the time when someone's like super negative, I just say, "Hey man, thanks for the comment. Maybe if you hate my content so much, you should do something else with your life than watch my content."
How do you not just
Wow,
end
you
with,
get
"Thanks
deep
for
with it.
watching
You go
MetaZoo with
high minded.
Anyway,
MetaZoo with
Anyway.
you is an all-encompassing
I
statement.
wanted to be like, wait a second, who makes why are you the person, the commenter? Why are you the person that makes the rules? Like, why? It's my game that I stole from a Yu-Gi-Oh creator. Why can't I make my own rules? If I want to do a token, I'll do a token.
Well,
live your truth, King.
Yeah.
Because it's officially sanctioned Magic the Gathering content.
No, it's not.
Oh, then tokens are fine.
Yeah, I am not an official Magic creator. When I am an official Magic creator, cancel the channel now. I don't want that title.
I think a whole community already tried to cancel your channel. I don't think it went well.
Is there an official Magic content creator thing?
Mm-hmm.
Yes, George, and you'll never be friends with one. Sorry, bud.
How do we get that?
You don't.
We don't.
Start by not dissing Mark Rosewater's aunt.
I never have done that. I have defended your aunt, Mark.
Number one, don't diss Mark Rosewater.
Your very first Magic video can't call Magic 30th Anniversary the most predatory product ever to exist.
Forgot the Predator. Oh, I forgot all about your Predator status.
You can't do that.
I forgot all about your Predator status.
Yeah, when you call the CEO a Predator, it doesn't go well.
Did you guys know that? Did you guys
I forgot all about the Predator?
Did you guys know I tried to do guess the card, win the card with Mark Rosewater at Magic Fest?
Yeah.
And he blew me off.
You got to do it with Rudy. Rudy could do it with you.
He politely told you no, thank you.
He was very nice. Yeah, he was in the nicest way possible.
Now, here's my question.
In his mind, much less polite.
You would much rather have done with his aunt, though. I'm guessing.
I don't want to do his aunt.
That would make for an awkward podcast.
You could be like, guess the balloon animal, win the balloon animal with Mark Rosewater's aunt.
It's a hot dog.
It's a hot dog.
All right,
you're good at this game.
All right, sorcery.
I got a bone to pick.
Is sorcery also a hot dog?
Maybe. I want to give an anti shout out to YouTube.
Okay.
I was recommended your video of beta is the new alpha.
Okay.
After our podcast last week was filmed.
It's called clickbait, George.
I would have roasted you for that if I had it in a timely manner. I am so proud of you for dipping back into the unlimited is investable right away. No time wasted. The secondary box is totally investable. This time we're fine. To the moon, baby. I am proud of you, Louie.
I just bought a bunch of beta boxes.
I know. I love.
I'm live streaming the day before this podcast airs.
Please, so God.
I just got.
When will you say is your last chance to buy a card? That's all. That's the last thing I need.
No, I'm out. It's never your last chance to buy a card anymore.
They're very rare, Louis. There's less of those.
Those chances have passed. You missed.
Oh, it's gone. They're gone.
You missed your chance to buy the cards. They're gone. They're all sold. There are no more cards, everybody. All right. So sorcery starting to promote the Arthurian legends a little bit. A little teasers.
I don't want any teasers until they're ready to fold a card.
Did I print? Hold on. Did I print 2? What are you talking about?
This is great content.
This is riveting.
Great content.
What are you doing?
Sorry, they texted me from the store. They're starting to tease out the spoilers for Arthurian Legends. So the art from Lindsay Crumpet.
Yeah.
Did you see the art?
Yeah. Well, no, but Crumpet's a great name.
That's a great name.
Sweet name.
It's got to be English, right?
Yeah, of course. What else could it possibly be?
What is a crumpet?
It's a biscuit, right?
It's a biscuit. I was going to say that too.
It's a biscuit. I think it's a 1% biscuit.
So that it's
Little Miss Muffet. Card. No, Little Miss Muffet. I don't think it's crumpets in that.
I have a little bit of a bone to pick with this. It says it's a merfolk, but it's definitely a mermaid. Are mermaids and merfolks the same thing?
Canceled. Get them, boys. Get them, boys.
What? Stop.
Get them, boys.
I guess merfolk is
get them, people. Get them, people.
double canceled. Josh, you're the only one left. You're the only one left, buddy.
You've got to carry this.
I'm out, buddy. You got me. I'm sure the comment section will get me for something.
So this is a water card, obviously 3 mana. Submerge once per turn. You may force target nearby enemy to take a step towards her. Tap that enemy.
My favorite part of the podcast is when we read cards to people. I got to tell you,
it's just a cool card. I like that they're doing this. I love the idea. They did a whole live stream with the artist. They talked about the cards. They talked about the art. It's good. It's good to get the hype rolling for Arthurian Legends.
It might submerge like a giant shark, but it clearly gets eaten by one. So that's all I care about.
Yeah. They also, another thing they did with artists, I love that they work so well with their artists. They gave 5 artists, I think, Liz Danforth, Jeff Mangus, Vince Pompelli, and Drew Tugger, 4 artists. They gave them playmats of 100 of their artwork that's all serialized. And then they...
Oh, that and her Tuffet. That's what she sat on, Little Miss Muffet.
And then they allowed the artists to
Is that
sell
a bad
those.
word?
I don't know.
No, are they serializing playmats?
Yeah, they did serialized of 100 playmats.
Oh, God.
And then
We're entering the playmat era too?
God.
You guys remember playmats are investable. Didn't you guys remember my channel?
God, help me.
Do you guys not remember that? I was all in on playmats.
I love
My
your
bags
playmat wall.
with, like, a word for-
slowly
word
came
with
down
you.
over the weeks.
Do you have any clue how long it took me to sell those playmats?
Oh, yeah, I do. I know who you sold them to.
Do you know how much money I've lost on playmats on this channel?
I cannot believe they're doing the playmats after their unlimited limited is announced.
So I don't want to talk about like whether or not playmats are investable or not. That's not the point. I think
wait. We all agree they're not, right?
Yeah, there's not really a discussion there.
I mean, they're
We're
serialized.
back, baby. ladies and gentlemen. Ladies and gentlemen.
They're
We're
serialized.
back. Oh, we're back big time.
The other Mirror Realm playmat from the Alpha kit sells for like $250. The 2-player
So
one?
did all the other ones that were on your wall until they didn't.
Oh, God.
I sold one of them for $200. I spent $1,000 on it when I bought it, but you know, whatever.
You spent $1,000 on a playmat?
They're investable. If not,
I bought too many $1,000 playmats.
I did too.
I won mine. What are we
It's not
doing?
my fault they decided to reprint everything to the moon and make thousands of them and give them out at all the events. It's not my fault.
The
Anyway.
day after I bought an expensive playmat for that game, the day after it was in like some judge kit, I was like, "Oh,
Yeah, classic.
can I have like my $600 back?" Like
$600.
And you know that the person who sold it had like insider information.
no,
Yeah.
I know who sold it to me, and I know they knew.
It's great. Love the indie TCG world. All right, but I think this is really cool. I think the artists didn't know that it was going on. The artists just were given playmats to sell to their followers, and then Sorcery actually made a whole article that was like, hey, here's the website where you can go and buy these from these artists. And like, I think it's a really, really great way to support the artists. And this is one of the things that like with the one set a year thing, right? This is let's really get into it.
I'm down. Let's get into
With
it.
the one set a year thing, one of the big question marks is like, how will Sorcery support their artists if there's only one set a year, right? Like that's been a very common brought up thing, and this is a cool way that they are like adding value to their artists to make their artists be more and more successful and to promote their artists. I think that's a big win.
So I'm an idiot. For
done.
fairness,
done. Podcast.
No,
great-
no,
great thing you
I
just win.
disagree with you, Josh.
don't
Be nice
don't
to my
those
friend
artists
Josh.
just like don't those artists just do work for other places when
can
they're not
call
doing work
MetaZoo.
for Sorcery?
So one of the other things is some of the artists are doing 20 pieces of artwork for Arthurian
Sure.
Legends. So like that's a
Sure,
lot of
but-
work, right?
There was a concern with what those artists do because Sorcery's only releasing one set a year.
That was part of the discussion. I mean, there's
Really?
people who were discussing that. Like,
I would just assume that they do other projects in the
being
meantime.
an artist is hard though. Like,
But that has nothing to do with
if you're gonna
Sorcery only
commission-
releasing one set a year. Being an artist is just
Right,
hard because that's
no, I know,
tough.
but like if you're going to commission, I mean, this day and age, if you're going to commission art, the price point for digital art is far, far cheaper than for.
I think everybody agrees that like doing this for the artist is a good thing.
Yeah.
Cool. I just think it's awesome. I think
I'm just glad they're serialized. That way I know how limited they are.
I just think it's a good thing. I think it's a really big win. What?
I'm so happy. I'm so happy.
I will make you slightly less happy. I only bought one.
What, Louis? These are highly investable products.
Okay. In my defense, because I know
Of
the
each?
comment section will be like,
Just bought one of
Louis,
each.
you don't believe in the game. You only bought one of them.
Yeah.
Like, you suck. Like, I know that's what they'll say. I bought the Mirror Realm one because that's one. But like,
You only bought one total, not one of each?
Yeah, I was driving when the announcement came out. We went from
Louis, you got to crash.
Simon screwed me over. He didn't give me any scoopies. I didn't know what was happening. I got a
gotta pull
notification on
over.
my phone.
Tell the kids to wait. You got to pull over.
Yeah. Like,
No.
Daddy's got to go make some investments.
I did pull over and I bought the Liz Stanford one.
Daddy's got to go make some neoprene.
The Liz one too. You had to join her Patreon to get it.
Oh
So
my God.
I joined the Patreon. I did it the
No,
wrong
you
level.
did not.
Yeah, and I did it the wrong level. And then I had to up my level, and then I still did it at the wrong level, and I had to up the level another time.
How much
and
are you
then send the
Patreoning her
message.
for now?
Like $20 a month.
And how much was the playmat?
I don't know.
He knows.
I
He
don't know.
absolutely knows.
I legitimately don't remember.
He
I think it was
absolutely is not going to say.
I'm gonna
He
say it was
absolutely is not
$100.
gonna say.
I don't know if it was $100 or not. I'm gonna say it was $100. Let me be very clear. Like, I would have paid two. It's my favorite art, one of my favorite. It's my second favorite artwork in the game.
Oh my God.
Serialized of 100.
Hold on 1 second. One of one.
Oh, you're not gonna actually write it though.
Also
Coward.
serialized.
Coward, wuss. You won't actually
Coward.
write. You won't
Coward.
actually
Well,
sharpen.
You know
it.
what? I could, because my amazing partners over at Arcane Fortress would ship me another one if I wanted.
I don't know who Arcane Fortress is.
Are we pumping playmat bags, Louis? Are we?
Nope. I got the Arcane Fortress email too, buddy. I just didn't respond.
I like it. I really like these playmats.
Them and the banana stand. Louis drops the fortress.
All right. That's all the artwork.
Wait, that's not
stuff.
that's not an official Magic playmat?
No.
I liked it. Show it again.
Yeah, it's dope. They have really cool colors.
Shout out
That's
to all
good.
the listeners of the podcast. We love you. All right. The other thing we were going to talk
Louis
about
gets
was
really
sorcery.
salty when anyone pumps playmats that aren't his sorcery playmats.
Thank you for pumping my sorcery playmats. If you missed out on the serialized of 100 real artist playmats,
Don't worry, you can pick up some of Louis' sorcery playmats.
You can go to
They'll still be there.
gamegrove.gg and pick up playmats.
GamerGrove.gg.
And yeah, let's get a little image on there.
my
But we
God.
also we're going to talk.
They won't sell out. Don't worry.
Also,
They'll be
Rudy
there.
is finally shipping his playmats.
Is that true?
Yeah.
Good job,
He-
Rudy.
He's going to ship them over the next couple of months.
Mm.
The
All
one
right.
set. Yeah. You can
Maybe
go get your beta
the-
playmat from
the back-ordered
gamegrove.gg.
playmat?
GamerGrove.gg.
You can get your sorcery playmat from gamegrove.gg for
Gamegrove.gg.
$30. We will ship it out next day. It'll be on its way. But
It rhymes.
Also,
It rhymes. You know it's true.
but also we have our paired playmats and the 4-player playmat.
Wait, did I miss that? Did Rudy got his playmats?
Yeah.
I thought he never got them. I thought they were lost to the ether.
He got them recently.
Dope.
You can get the paired playmats. The paired playmats are the same artwork, but on 2 different playmats, and they
So the
go together.
conspiracy theory that someone like snagged them is not true?
No, I think they resent him new ones. Sorcery's covering the new playmats.
Ooh.
This is old news.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, let's really get into it.
Newer news though, Rudy's sale sold out. 2,000 kits, 6,000 boxes of beta. It was priced at basically MSRP if you value his promo card at like $150. I think that info's right. My
And
math,
the promo
my
card
rough math is
came
in my
graded,
head.
right?
Yes, graded.
From
Well, from
TCG.
Rudy's grading company.
Right.
So I
it's
mean,
serialized.
it's graded.
Hold on. Did it come from the American version of the grading company? Because there's a difference.
Is there?
Yeah.
What's the difference?
One is from the amazing land of freedom, and the other one is
Damn right.
not.
Damn right.
I am a fan of Florida. I think maybe I'm getting old, but
You know why? You know why I'm a fan of Florida?
Because Bob Iger's a goat.
Got it.
Yeah.
Even
I'm
California.
becoming a fan of, I think it's because of inventory tax. West Virginia has inventory tax and Florida doesn't. I'm like, man, I should just,
inventory tax?
oh yeah, I have inventory tax.
How much is your inventory tax?
I don't know, but my accountant does. I just know that I have to pay inventory tax every year. Anyway, so Rudy's sales sold
Why
out.
did you help
Like,
you out then?
yeah, if you want to pay, if I want to pay, no, MetaZoo opposite held me out.
Why?
MetaZoo's the
Can't you write it
reason.
off?
Well, you have to trash it, which is what I did.
I mean, like, okay.
You have to send it to Josh.
Mission accomplished.
It's bubble mail.
Trash.
All right.
Did you send Mike a thank you note for that?
No. I don't.
Why he won't come on the podcast?
We should get him on the podcast. Mike.
Has anyone heard from that guy anymore? Or is he just off on his yacht? Sorry, we're not in the MetaZoo minute yet.
I'm not sure it's a yacht.
Should be a jail cell.
It's a barge.
What? Louis, going for the jugular.
Wait, is this the actual Hope Diamond?
Yeah, it's the real one, man. Congrats. That's a 1-1. That's the 1-1.
You realize it.
Josh, that's the big card. Josh, that's the card.
You're not a great salesman, Louis.
You traded in for a Hope Diamond.
I was trying to make Josh think that was the big pull, but George, you didn't help.
No, I know
it's old scratch.
Yeah, what do you mean?
I can't remember what it was. Anyway, the sorcery sale sold out in like 17 minutes.
Now it's worse.
Is that faster or slower than you guys thought?
Probably slower.
You first, Louis.
It's slower than I thought.
It's also slower than I thought.
I paid crypto early, so I wouldn't miss it.
What happened the next day with crypto? I don't remember.
It probably went up.
Went up 7%. I'll help you.
That's right. Oh, okay.
Yeah, but then sorcery sold out on Team Covenant, and that went up 10%.
No, that was before the Rudy sale.
It's been down since.
I know. I was doing the
$290 a box. It's gone up.
That's cute. That's cute. Compared to that's your first box, right? It's like your first chapter box. That's
it's
cute.
our
$290.
second box. Our first box.
It's not.
It is
not.
Alpha would be the first.
It's your first set. It's your first set.
You are.
When did we stop agreeing on this? Beta was the sorcery official release. We all were on the same
So we're
page.
just pretending Alpha doesn't exist. We said Beta was the official release when we're referring to LGSs and play and that stuff, not when we're talking about the price of boxes.
The second print of first chapter is $300. And
okay.
Yeah, the same.
So is sorcery beta.
Yeah, it's cute.
Okay, so the second
it's not 300, but that's okay.
290.
It's close. Yeah,
Alpha boxes are 1,400.
Well,
you're getting there, big dog.
How much is your first chapter first box?
That would be
$3,000.
That would be our D23 set. Want to go to D23 set?
I mean,
no, that would be sample cards.
I have no problem going D23 versus sample cards.
Let's do it. What's the D? What's
I have no idea.
What's
I
the most
sell some of
expensive
my
D23?
sets.
Yeah, you should.
How much are they?
I don't think D23 is that. I was talking to Don. Oh, we're not in the Lorcana section. Sorry.
We should just get to Lorcana. That's all people care about.
The Rudy sale sold out slower than I thought it was gonna.
Yeah.
I'm disappointed in the Rudy patrons. I thought they liked tendies more, but apparently.
Oh my god! Oh my god! We're so back. I love it. I feel it. This is the best.
I mean, honestly, though, it's a successful sale. Like, I think that's what he wants those sales to be. Is like they're available to pretty much anybody who wants them, who is paying attention, and like that's
he doesn't have an unsuccessful sale, then, right? Because like most of his sales.
Let's go back to the MetaZoo sales.
Sell out. Sure. Sorry. Let me rephrase.
As
the proud owner of the one of 10,000, I think I'm qualified to speak on this. Games that still exist. He has healthy sales.
Hey, MetaZoo still exists. In a lot of people's delirious heads,
do you have a one of 10,000? No.
I think it would be really interesting to know the sales of Rudy's sale if MetaZoo hadn't crashed. Like, how many people are just like not buying Rudy sales because of like the MetaZoo? Anyway, I don't know. I always wondered.
Yeah. I mean, maybe. I don't know. Can we use Rudy? We can't use Rudy sales to analyze the health or wellness of something.
Are you planning some sort of like basketball practice or something? Like, what are you doing?
Am I missing the basketball joke? What's going on here?
I watched Caitlin Clark lose with a friend, and that's what Louis is referencing.
Caitlin Clark.
Yeah, that's what it is. I don't know who that is.
It was the person who I watched the women's basketball tournament with.
Oh,
nice.
I did read about this. Is why, yeah, this is
they were trash talking.
Everyone's been talking about the basketball thing. I didn't even know who was playing in the Final Four.
I know who won.
March something.
I know who won. March Madness did not win. That would be the tournament name.
But I don't understand why everybody was all of a sudden like I'm pro women's basketball. I am you will not find I feel hold on, let me be very
hold on, bud.
No, hold on. Let me be very
Bud,
clear.
where's this going? Because I might not want to be on the screen. I might not want to be here.
I think women's basketball is as much of a sport as regular basketball.
That's regular basketball.
In that neither of them are sports. In that both of them are nothing compared to hockey.
Tell me you have no athletic ability without telling me you have no athletic ability.
Look at his physical form that I am. He couldn't dream.
But
you know what? CC Sabathia, athlete of the century, probably.
He's probably a great basketball player.
Nailed it. Crushed it.
He's got to be. I mean, he's a great athlete. You want to go up against a CC Sabathia fastball?
What?
Do you? Yes or no?
Yeah.
Basketball, way less of a sport than baseball. Way less.
What?
No, I'm just joking. Baseball is like the worst of sport. I was a baseball player.
You know what?
This man had the entire universe to pick from, and he went with hockey as his peak athleticism.
Hockey, dude.
Someone is down bad. Someone is down
did you guys
bad.
watch the tournament at all?
Wait, I didn't even get to make my basketball thing.
Okay, good.
Can you let me make my basketball statement?
Go ahead.
Why all of a sudden did everybody care about women's basketball? What did they do? What did the
all right? So
what did
I have a hot
There's
take.
storyline. What do you mean?
do?
There's storylines and stars.
No, this is because I'm telling you right now, it's because we're in another dimension. That's the only That's the only.
So the only way women's sports can be successful for you is if we're in a different dimension.
No,
I'm sure I understand
nobody
this
cared
correctly.
about women's
Nailed it.
basketball.
I
before.
have watched women's basketball, especially college, for a very long time. Go Lady Irish. I'm all right. I will cancel myself. I was the only person in America who was rooting against Caitlin Clark. I think this season, this tournament.
But why is she all of a sudden Taylor Swift? Help me understand, because I don't have friends who watch basketball.
She is unquestionably the best women's college basketball player ever. Nobody else. I say this as a hater. I say this as somebody who does not root for her basically in anything. She is unquestionably the best female basketball player to ever play college.
If you want to really know why everyone loves her, it's because for the last decade, the entire human race who plays basketball have been trying to replicate Steph Curry's game. And the first person to be able to do it successfully was a woman's college basketball player and do it at a level that no other human being has been able to do to this point.
Other than Steph Curry, right?
Yes, I said replicate
who still
his
plays
game.
basketball.
Yeah, replicate his game.
Who was not nearly as good as he is now in college.
No.
Okay. He's a
And
worse
also,
basketball player now than he was in college.
Not now, but at his peak.
What?
I'm asking a question.
I got you.
No.
back.
Okay.
He's not a worse basketball player now than he was in college.
I'd heard George say that Steph Curry sucks now. That's why I just heard George say.
Steph Curry kind of sucks now.
Who would win? Who would win in a fist fight? Steph Curry or Michael Jordan?
CC Sabathia. So anywho,
have you seen this? Have you seen the Michael Jordan gambling interview?
All right. I know you love conspiracy theories. I want you guys. Louis, you're gonna like this. That is the conspiracy theory I'm all in on.
What?
They busted him for gambling and they made him retire for 2 years. I'm all in. I'm all in on that conspiracy.
Such a bad take.
It's a great take. It's a great take.
Bad take.
I didn't know about it until now, but I love it based on the video I watched of him be like, I'm not addicted to gambling. I'm not. It's just
I love it. I'm not addicted to gambling. I just gamble $20,000 every time somebody looks at me funny.
Yeah.
God, it is he is so amazing at basketball. It forgives everything. It's
okay. All right. I know that we're a little bit distracted, but before we get back on the rails.
Well, we're really good on sorcery right now.
Should Pete Rose be banned from the Hall of Fame or not?
Absolutely not.
Absolutely not.
Okay, just making sure we're all on the same page. I'm all
Should
with you guys.
Reuters be banned from the Hall of Fame?
Who?
People who did steroids.
Yeah. Well,
Absolutely
I mean,
not.
I think
Absolutely
so.
not.
I think
That's how
so.
you make baseball exciting.
Absolutely. That's my
That
take.
was the best era of baseball.
That was the only
100.
era.
It wasn't
That
even
was the
close.
best era.
If you want to destroy your body and your future to hit a ball further, that's your choice.
That
Do it, baby.
is the
Welcome to
reason
America.
that baseball sucks now. Is because like now it's just like nobody cares. Like, what are you gonna do? Hit the ball 300 feet? Good job, buddy.
I don't know. The Shohei Ohtani gambling thing is pretty wild.
Dude.
His interpreter's stealing $2 million from him.
His interpreter.
Sorry.
His interpreter stealing. He did the Mike Waddell delete the goodbye message.
Did you see Pete Rose?
People who actually care about it.
Did you see someone's like, God, if only Pete Rose had an interpreter.
Yeah. Anyway, Josh, going back to like the inside joke, I didn't realize that George was such a basketball fan until this week, and that's what happened because we were talking about it. And I was just like, "You care so much about basketball." I didn't.
I
realize-
have very strong feelings about women's basketball. I'll be honest.
I did not
I have
know.
very strong feelings. About
All of a
women's
sudden,
basketball.
his conversations this week went from Taylor Swift, no mention of Taylor Swift.
Not true. Inaccurate.
I thought, no, hold on. Let me finish. I thought George was secretly in love with Taylor Swift.
No.
But then all of a sudden, basketball.
To a creepy degree, right?
No.
Like, there's concerns. You thought about calling someone, right, Louis? Because I've thought about it.
Yeah, George, you were watching
thought about
Taylor
it.
Swift like.
I thought about calling
I
Taylor
bet you
Swift's
I have
people and
seen
be like,
that
if you ever
concert
get an
20
email
times.
from this man, don't respond to it.
Okay.
Don't.
I'll bet you I have seen that concert 20 times.
I
How many
think
love
as
letters
a,
have you written, and how many have been answered?
as a
Two
grown
questions.
I'm gonna give you this. I'm gonna give the audience this. Audience, you've been listening to us debate for a while. I'm gonna give you this.
We're
If you-
master
I
debaters.
assume based on this, your YouTube my YouTube statistics, that 99% of you are men. That's
Shout out.
That is my assumption.
That's your
based-
stat?
That's what. Yeah, it's like
It was 97, I believe, but
whatever.
it's pretty close.
Yeah, whatever it is. You have one free pass to watch the Taylor Swift show on Disney Plus. You get to watch that once as an adult male. As
Wait.
an adult male, you get to watch it once.
Why do you need wait, hold on. You're confusing me. Why do you need a free pass for it?
I'm just saying, like as adult male, you get one, but more than one, and it's weird. And
No.
George was watching it
No.
like 3 times a day.
yes, I agree with that, regardless of who you more than once is weird.
No.
No, if you're a
No.
14-year-old girl, you're watching that every 5 seconds.
Well,
I get
I'm
that.
sorry. I'm only addressing the adults because again, I'm the
All too
only
well,
one not being
and
canceled
campaign
here.
problems should be on loop in every household in America.
But then all of
Oh.
a sudden this week, all he was talking about was basketball. I was like, dude, like, pick a lane, man. Like, pick a lane. Anyway,
They could have had Tay-Tay perform at the halftime show.
Hmm.
Did you hear Coachella's trying to beg her to go to Coachella, just show up because they need to sell tickets? That is a wild amount of stardom.
okay. That
Caitlin
was
Clark got offered
that wa-
$5 million to go play in the Big Three.
That was a massive, massive tangent. I apologize
No. You,
to the listeners.
Louis, I
We
want
really
you to
got into sorcery.
You need to apologize to me and Josh for apologizing for going into a tangent.
You need to apologize to us for not responding to the banana stand connect.
Yeah,
still.
that's actually
you still
true.
owe us an apology for that.
I don't.
You do.
I don't.
You do.
We'll talk about it. We'll talk about it offline why I don't. I want you guys to know I don't owe you an apology.
Wait,
No, I gotta know.
No,
are you
no.
hiding things from our listeners?
Yeah, duh. That's what we do.
Not me, baby. I
not
let my
what
freak
we
flag
do.
fly. I get banned for it.
I've been doing this wrong.
I just go for it, baby.
I'm not supposed to give my honest opinions on things.
I'm just joking. There's no.
Yeah.
I just dropped the ball. I'm just trying to make it sound bad. I was just busy.
I just dropped the banana.
I just wanted to be cool.
All right. Star Wars pumping.
I agree with you. Shout out to the Gamecocks for winning the championship.
Oh,
Continue.
I want to get rid of everything we were going to talk about with Star Wars. Is that okay?
Thank God.
Was there anything good that we were talking about? Amazon
Probably
had
not.
boxes. They shipped. Boxes are $200. We're getting 3 boxes a month through May. It's pumping. We drafted last night.
Oh God, help me.
I know what you're
God,
saying. Louis, how are you so selfless that you're drafting $200 boxes in your store? And that's because Star Wars Draft is freaking amazing. It is so. Josh, Magic, what's the biggest issue in Draft?
What kind of question is that? What do you mean?
What's the biggest issue in draft? Like when you're drafting, what's the biggest like question mark that everyone's talking about and whatever? What's the biggest problem to solve?
Finding a bomb, finding a win con.
No, I would say like your color, right? Like you're picking green, and then all of a sudden you have to shift.
That is
colors.
not a problem in Magic. Splashing is all over the place.
That's not my problem. I don't have that problem.
That is not my problem.
That's not my problem. Maybe you're just bad at drafting, Louis.
I think the best thing about Star Wars is that you can pick any cards. You can draft all of them. Like you have free access because you don't have the mana issue of like color. What?
I love that what makes this the best for you is God, it just removes the thought from this process. I get to drool on my lap and just pick something and move on.
Wow. This is definitely our riskiest episode. This is definitely the riskiest episode. This is the one we deserve to get banned for. This is definitely the riskiest podcast.
I don't know, man. We played.
Me neither anymore.
It was so much fun to just be able to be like, oh, I'm in. Like I picked my leader and I was in 2 colors and I got the the 2 set of cards that I really wanted, and then there was a card in a 3rd color that I really wanted, and I just picked it up because I can just add that in my base. It was a really, really cool dynamic that I haven't seen another card game do. It was good.
There's something to be said for if it goes too far in the other way. If it's too restrictive, yeah, it gets really lame really quick, right? Because there's like 4 archetypes you can play,
right?
But it doesn't have to be wide open to be fun. Sure.
It was just really cool to be able to like pivot mid draft and not feel like you're completely out of luck.
I think you draft like I draft, where it's more about like the sitting at the table and the social experience and talking and like the little, guess what I got? This is still here. You make jokes like that. That's why you like that, I think.
Sure.
I pick the worst card the first time I get the cards, because then I want them to think about, oh my God, if he left this card, what did he pick? It's a mind game.
George's got the galaxy brain. George forces like, draft pod with this massive brain
against something I don't even have. Boom! Boom! Meta. God, nobody's on my level.
I thought you were going to be. Josh, as the #1 Star Wars creator, I thought you were going to be all about.
I really am.
How many boxes do you have for sale, Josh?
I think I'm sold out. Members scooped him up, baby.
Scoopies.
Actually, hold on. I might have one. I'm still waiting to hear.
I had somebody drive from Cleveland 4.5 hours.
You told me the story 4 times. I can't hear it again.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry that I interrupted your love of basketball all of a sudden to have a conversation with you this week about my life. I'm sorry, buddy. My bad.
Oh, that's weird. Wait, did you answer his phone call and talk to him?
I talked to you twice this week. I ignored your call today. I was in the middle of a crisis.
I didn't talk to you this week.
I was dunking. I was dunking on Louis.
I don't think I have a missed call from you.
Jeez.
So
it's not missed when you ignore it.
There are like 6 people I pick up the phone for, and I try very hard to, like, if I don't pick up, I call back. If you're not one of those 6, it's rough.
One of these days, I'm gonna answer my phone while my kids are just screaming in the back of my car. I'm gonna answer my phone to Josh. I'm gonna make him stay on the phone with me. I'll be like, no. You gotta stay on the phone because you're not gonna use this against me on the podcast. We gotta talk for an hour. You gotta listen to my kids hit each other and scream and yell and get
that line. Run a tighter ship here. My kid's still too young. She hasn't started the true screaming yet, so I'm gonna enjoy this while I can.
Today I went into the shop to get a package. I was like in the shop for 30 seconds with my kids, and I gave them both Pokemon packs. And
good move.
And one of them,
because it's worthless. That makes sense.
Yeah, that's what I do.
Here,
one of them,
they can have this one of 10,000.
One of them took the other kid's Pokemon, right? And they were both within 30 seconds of opening their packs. They were both on the ground screaming and kicking the wall, the same wall. And I was just like, this is why. I was like, all the guys are in it. This is birth control for you guys. You guys, make sure you got balloons because this is birth control. I mean, it's like unbelievable.
It's a hot dog. Wait, are we not playing that game anymore?
All right.
We had when I owned my first fun park, we actually had a clown come in and do balloon animals.
They were all hot dogs. They just come back.
I will say it did not go great.
Dude, those guys are impressive, though.
They're
Unless
either
you don't get
very
an impressive one.
or very unimpressive.
Yeah.
This guy was not.
There's 2 tranches.
Place the balloon clowns in tranches.
Do you think, hold on. Do you think that right now, somewhere in this world, there are 3 balloon animal creators filming a podcast about balloon animals?
And their tangents are about TCG.
I was about to say, do you think they're talking about women's basketball?
They're like, what do you think about the new Star Wars game? Have you heard of this game that has 1 set a decade? It's amazing. They have playmats.
What do you think about women's basketball?
Women's basketball was the topic of the week this week.
Listen,
I
this
don't
is provide
my
intrinsic
point.
value here.
This is
We
my
talk
point.
about all
can
things.
we go back to the women's basketball? Because I just don't understand why all of a sudden
All right.
everybody cared about
So
it.
here's
I
there's
tried to
2
explain this
reasons.
to you.
There's 2 reasons. One is you have a generational player. And again,
Okay.
not her biggest fan, but
Meaning
unquestionably
she is better than anybody's ever
she's
been.
better than anybody who has
She-
ever played
she is
women's
supposed
to be
basketball.
the best female
and
to ever
possibly better
touch
than
a
men's
basketball.
In Josh's opinion, she is the LeBron James of
Wait, what?
basketball,
No,
and in George's
the
opinion, she is the Michael Jordan.
It's a weird thing to put on me.
Um,
You have no idea who I think
We-
is the GOAT. That is something George has just screamed into a microphone.
no.
Much like our
No,
listeners,
that's the way it
George
works.
has screamed it into a microphone, and you have just blindly listened.
I think there's some revisionist history going on right here.
I do too, if it helps.
There's absolutely
I
not.
definitely remember this conversation.
I have a very firm stance on this. I have a very firm
What's your
stance
stance?
that I have
What's your stance?
that it changes by generation. There is no
gotta have a
greatest of
firm
all time.
stance. It's
That has been my firm stance on this
lame stance.
forever. Human beings
Oh
get
my
better
God.
at things
I just
every
want to know.
decade.
I just want to know LeBron's gambling winnings or not. That's
He
what
ain't
I
got
want
that
to
in him.
compare.
He ain't got that in him. He didn't degenerate. That's why he's not the GOAT. And there's also, much more importantly, to the women's basketball thing, this was the first time that a lot of storylines were built around the game.
That's great.
You had heroes versus villains, and people pick sides.
Who are the villains?
So it depends on your team.
I
My villain is Caitlin Clark. Most people's villain, I know you'll find it shocking, I was a little contrarian. Most people's villain was Angel Reese, who I think is better. Not better.
I like her
But
game.
I
like
think Reese is
Angel
great.
Reese.
So are they both what did you, Millennium players?
no.
What did you call them?
Absolutely.
Caitlin Clark
Caitlin
is
Clark
better
is-
than Angel
Caitlin
Reese.
Clark is unquestionably better.
Yes.
I used to like her a lot less.
Angel Reese brings a lot of attitude
Angel
to the
Reese
game.
is like me. Not the best, but way more entertaining.
Oh yeah,
I want to restate.
personality.
All basketball is bad. I was just surprised.
I wish they had a puck.
I was just surprised that people cared about women's basketball so expressively this
I
week.
will say also, it helped that the men's tournament was absolute
Well,
dog doo.
Well,
Why didn't-
with the transfer portal and one and done, there's no storylines anymore.
women's
Everyone wants
basketball.
to follow this storyline. There's no
Yeah.
storyline anymore.
why did it just happen during March Madness? Were these
That's always
storylines?
college basketball. That's always
Yeah,
good.
that's
College.
how college basketball works.
Gotcha.
Nobody cares about anything else.
Nobody cares about college hockey, for the record.
Nobody cares about hockey.
Yeah.
Nobody cares about hockey.
God, hockey is.
Have you considered just moving to Canada?
No, they're
Okay.
they
I hear
are.
they're getting another wave of sorcery.
I'm pretty sure they're the only country I want to move to at this point.
They're getting another wave of sorcery, though.
way too far north. I can't go anywhere.
I
with
don't
snow
think they're
anymore.
getting another wave of sorcery either. I'm pretty sure that's Europe. It's definitely
Europe and Canada are the same place.
communist.
Europe and Canada.
Same place.
All right, go Kana.
We have so many amazing topics that have been in the Discord for many, many days.
I
would
want
like
to
add.
start with Elsa at 2K because George, I distinctly remember you saying that Elsa was going to be a $1,000 card. Do you just not believe in the game, or
I would like to apologize to everybody. That's a fair criticism. I will eat my lumps. I would like to apologize to everybody.
please
what?
don't do anything with your lumps?
Wait,
My
what?
lovely lady lumps.
The milk's gone bad.
Elsa to 5K. Elsa to 5K. Let's go, boys. Elsa to 5K. Please don't buy Elsa right now.
Yeah,
Please don't buy Elsa right now.
seems like a pretty big risk with all the reprints also happening that we're going to talk about here.
I'm still concerned about you and your lumps.
My
I
lovely
will
ladies.
eat my lumps.
God, Fergie, that was the name. That song was
Eat,
a bop.
eat my lumps.
So I was chatting with shout out to Donald,
Your best friend.
my best friend. Shout out to
Friend of the
Donald.
podcast.
I was talking to Donald about this today because, or not today, but this week, and he was tracking this, and he was like, "It's amazing. There were like 3 listings of Elsa last week, and they got purchased, or like maybe it was 6. I'm exaggerating a little bit, right? But it was like
Shocking.
6 or
Welcome
7.
to be with you.
And then somebody bought up a bunch of them, and then all of a sudden there were like 20 listings. I thought that was really interesting.
I mean, like,
What I told him was like, "Oh yeah, people saw it's a $1,700 card now, and they were like, oh, it's time to sell." Like,
Lorcana to this point has avoided the indie TCG garbage of buyouts and like nonsense. This is the first time we're seeing that not hold true. And I must say, I don't love that. Like, I think buyouts of TCGs is, how do I say this, about as dumb as you can be and still function in society. Like, because nobody's behind you. Nobody's behind you.
how do you really feel?
Oh no, like they're idiots.
How
and like
do you feel about
and they get
buyouts
stuck
of playmats?
They get stuck holding the bag basically 99% of the time.
And then they just
Then they go on Facebook. Look at this! I bought it for $14. Now it's worth $30. Like no. Buying out TCG, especially of like newish games that are still in print, is a special level of special.
Let me pitch you something, George.
And I say this as a very big believer in Lorcana. Yes, Josh.
What if this is your last chance to ever buy an Elsa?
I didn't think about that. I'm all in.
so
I think that the commons will actually be investable.
they are cold foil. They are
I'm in.
cold foil.
I'm in.
Sell the farm.
As somebody who wants an Elsa now, only because I don't have one and they're expensive. That's really the only reason. If this was,
How much
whatever.
is a D23 Elsa?
I don't think there was a D23 Elsa, was there? I think it's risky not because of the current reprints, but I do think like big box stores are going to see a significant amount of.
There's a ton of sleeve boosters still available.
Yeah.
Elsa's $8,000 on TCG Player, so I mean that's not crazy. But that I mean like
The
D23.
Yeah.
Okay.
There's also none listed. God, there are no D23s listed.
Yeah, those are
eBay is probably
eBay's
probably the space for
That's
those.
where I'm going now.
What this did though that surprised me the most is it pumped all the other enchanteds across the board. Every set, other enchanteds just pumped, and it shows.
Holy smokes!
It shows the level of investor whatever that's come into the game now. I know you don't want to admit that, but
I know. I mean, like it's true. Like I don't like that, but it's true.
It's just amazing. There's 20 listings of Elsa, and there's only 11 of Belle. There's 10 of Tinkerbell. There's like the amount of listings.
The card. Like I think Elsa's the card.
But like the amount of listings has increased so much now. It's gonna be really interesting to watch this like in the next 2 weeks to see what
I think it'll go down.
Yeah.
There's going to be wild fluctuation, especially in the next probably quarter, the next 3 months. I would say.
I think it'll go down. I think this is like I would not touch this card at 2K. I would have touched it at $1,000. I'll be honest. It's too new. Like it's too like what's the best Magic card you can get for $1,000?
Probably Cradle, like around $1,000,
like,
$800.
I mean, like like listen, I'm a big
same example, by the way, Louis.
Yeah, dude, you and I on point, baby.
Like Caitlin Clark. Like I'm a big believer in Lorcana, but like, man, like.
Shoot point guard.
Like a lot less risk.
Shoot point guard.
She's kind of in everything.
I'm not gonna lie. That's the only position I know of in basketball.
Proud of you.
Defense.
She does defense. She's not
defender.
A great defender.
Is that
She's not a great defender?
Is that a position?
Mm-mm.
Yes.
It is.
Mm-hmm.
Josh, do you like basketball?
I'm just gonna say yes to him. If you haven't figured this out,
That follows. I like basketball players.
Yeah. I have a PSA 10 Cinderella coming back. So if anybody does want to buy into the hype,
Ella. Oh, it's Umbrella.
if anybody does want to buy into the hype, hit me up because it will be for sale. So publicly, I don't think you should buy it. But
Privately,
please, all you want, baby. Let's go. Yeah.
What are you selling it for?
I don't know. PSA 10 seems to be about double the raw price.
I do think that's why some of the buyouts have happened as well. That people are grading them now.
Oh yeah, dude.
Yeah.
That is it's the Pokemon ecosystem. That's the same thing.
I will say this is the first week I'm like, Gokana is actually doing some damage to Pokemon.
This is what 100%. The PSA 9s are selling for basically raw price, so like that's pretty consistent. And the PSA 10s are like a little bit less than like double price. It's actually more than double price.
And like they keep printing Inklands and the price won't budge.
Yeah, Inklands is an interesting one.
Like they keep printing
Floodborne still is.
Floodborne's going
super
nuts.
stable.
Floodborne we're supposed to get a reprint of though. Be careful of Floodborne.
Be careful of all of these. Be careful of all of these. These are all boxes that are in print. Only one game has decided the best way to grow the game is to not print boxes. Every other game has decided the best way to grow the game is to actually print boxes.
Let's take ourselves out of our bubble too. It should be. The game came out 5 seconds ago. All the boxes should still be available.
It 100% should still be.
I don't know where we lost the thread of that.
We have
like
COVID came.
New games should have boxes available of their set. They shouldn't be collectible or pumping value until down the road. The game's got to exist before that happens.
You can't force value creation. It has to become organic. You can force it for a short period of time.
The box should be on the shelf so people can buy your game.
They should print more troves. I'm just gonna say it.
I don't know. I don't think they have to do that.
The trove is the funniest little piece of this ecosystem. It's hilarious.
I have to basically tell people I'm not pre-ordering any troves because I don't know how many I get. I'll probably get 6. If you pre-order a box, I will give you first dibs on a trove. Everybody who pre-orders a box will get put in a little raffle. You'll get first dibs on the trove. That's how I'm handling it.
That's fine.
Troves are wild.
What other Lorcana are we talking about?
1,500 seats were added.
Yeah, shout out to Donald again. Double shout out.
Best friend Donald.
That guy should make Lorcana videos.
Yeah.
You can go to scruffygaming.org to see his videos.
.org. How old is Donald? He's old. He's kind of old.
Is he old?
Yeah, he's 40. That's old. Hey, listen, anything over 25 is old. I've said that for all my life. Anything over 25, it's the same age.
You know what? I'll say it. I don't feel that much different at 40 than I did at 30.
25 is the same as 75.
Other than my shoulder with the accident. Like, that's the only thing I really noticed it was different.
Everyone gave you a big deal about 30. 30 wasn't bad.
30 hurt.
30 did not. Really?
I had a rough 30.
Really? I didn't care. Wow.
I had that was a tough time for me. Yeah.
Not me. I don't even remember it.
Yeah.
I was blackout drunk. The Rudy George story. Spicy Margs.
That's your,
so they added 1,500 seeds. I'm also convinced that Bob Iger listens to this podcast because he heard Josh say there should be 2,000 seats, and that's how many he got.
Wow, Josh! Shout out to Josh.
Josh advising Bob Iger more than pelts the putts, who spent half of Hasbro's market cap to get a board seat and couldn't get it done.
You've been practicing that line for a week. You delivered it beautifully.
My favorite fact. It's my favorite.
Delivered it beautifully.
Spent half the market cap of Hasbro to get a board seat. Not even close. Not even close.
He should have just bought Hasbro.
He could get himself a little board seat then. That'd be great.
He should have bought Hasbro and then gave Disney Wizards of the Coast to get the board seat.
That's the big brain play.
Yeah. God, I should be a CEO.
I know a guy who's got a couple companies you could run into the ground.
Want to run one? How good are you at AI?
So good. So good.
At least equally as good. I am at least equally as good.
In your words, I am a really good AI artist.
You're gonna dip back into that well? Is this your proxy moment?
In your words, anybody can be an artist.
210,000 games played on Pixelborn this week.
I still don't believe it.
It's like That's a lot of games.
It's just my thing.
That's a lot of games.
So like, here's
That's just my things. I see facts and I don't like them, so I
Okay.
just don't believe them.
So that's
What?
great. That's really
Hockey's
awesome.
the best.
You know what I think is more impressive?
Me.
I would
My
venture
channel.
to say that the majority of LGSs in the company are running Lorcana, or in the country are running Lorcana events.
Yeah, of course.
Like,
Boxes sell at high margins.
that is significantly more impressive to me than like an online client being able to running games.
I think both are impressive. You know why?
They're doing things like the championship. It's like the way they're doing that is perfect. They're giving the restock of first chapter is going to anybody who's running a championship. That's freaking awesome. Like they're doing all the things they're just doing it right. They're doing
I mean, it makes sense though, right? Like you give these businesses a stable game that can make money and people will buy and they'll run events for it. Like it's not that tough.
It makes sense. Unfortunately, that's not how other games work. Like look at One Piece, they're not doing that.
But it's because One Piece
only run one game at a time.
One Piece is the first chapter when it first came out, and there's just no boxes, and the company for some reason can't figure out how to make enough.
They're doing the opposite. They're not trying to figure out. They literally said they were printing less.
Bob Iger can only run 2 games at one time. I'm sorry. We got to get him to run more games.
Who's that?
The GOAT.
Bob Iger.
Who?
Don't do it. So, they're doing everything right because it's Lorcana, baby. That's how we do it.
I'm kind of sick of us all being on the same page with Lorcana.
I have been on this page since day one.
Yeah, what are you talking about?
I like
go back to your side. Go back to your side.
No, it's not. It's a losing side. I want to
know. Do you want to know? Do you want to know why? Because you own a game store that gets to sell a box at a healthy margin that people buy and run events for. But again, not hard.
But it's boring content. I want the content.
I love the content because it reminds the viewers how unbelievably right it was about Lorcana.
That's fair.
Yeah, I love that about me.
It's not. They don't do everything right. I still have said from the beginning they should have figured the seat thing out long ago. They had a chance to figure out their interest.
2 weeks.
They printed. Yeah, they could have done it right away the first time. When the company does something right the first time, I'll be excited.
Wow.
PvE. It's gonna be done the first time.
No, based on their track record.
It'll be great.
Based on their track record, it'll take them 1 or 2 tries. Then they'll get there.
Better than 10 years. You gotta that's fine.
It's going to release theoretically.
Let's get to what everybody wants to hear about. Steve Aoki.
I forgot about this. I forgot about the MetaZoo topic. Welcome to the MetaZoo Minute.
MetaZoo. Steve Aoki has the Hero Quest set out, which used to be a MetaZoo set, but now is not a MetaZoo set. But wait,
there's more.
There's more. It is a meta set. They've got the meta.
Oh my god.
Boo.
Boo. Oh my god.
It says meta. The metaverse.
My god.
Right there. So it is basically MetaZoo. It's just missing the zoo part. And nobody likes the zoo part.
That's the cryptids. That's the best part of the zoo.
So he was on
there is no best part of the zoo, buddy.
He was on Sports Card.
Good point.
He was on Sports Card Investor this week. And I don't know. I like that guy. That's a really great YouTube channel. It's really cool.
It is one of the best.
Yeah. I didn't know he had like a whole storefront.
Have you ever seen his store?
It's crazy. I watched I watch YouTube videos in the shower now. That's like what I do while I'm in the shower. Yeah, I know.
Are you gonna watch Josh's grandfather in the shower?
If I can find it.
Josh, don't share it. Don't share it. That's not good for anybody.
But yeah, the way his store set up is super cool.
Yeah. We can probably explain it versus saying it's cool.
I wish I had unlimited money. He's got all those really cool display cases that are like height of a human, but they're like freestanding. So like they're in the room. Could you
explain this any worse if you tried?
Can you just explain it? You're better than me.
So they have cases that you can open. I don't know why Louis cares so much about the height of them. That part I'm a little unclear about, if I'm being honest with you. But you can slide it open and you can scan the card at one of his computers that he has all around the shop. And it gives you the price of the card the history of what the card has sold for the last 90 days and forever, and it has like what he thinks about like that player or that card.
I didn't know any of that.
What were you talking about then?
Just not the tall display cases.
You thought it was like he has great display cases?
I thought that was cool. That's only they didn't.
That's what you were talking about. Was like the glass is like a pretty shade of color.
No, they're like, I don't know how to explain them other than they're at like a regular human size, like not like a basketball player size, but like a 6 foot human size, right? And they they're in the middle of the room. They're not like on the wall, and they're
He has rows of cabinets.
Yeah, that's cool. I like that.
That's what you thought the cool part was.
When I was watching the video, I was like, I wish I could afford those cabinets, but I'm not rich. Anyway, he had Steve Aoki.
It's the right size cabinet. That's amazing.
Yeah, I bought my cabinets off of Facebook
I have been on the
Marketplace.
phone with you when you set up your death trap of a cabinet.
Oh, those cabinets, yeah.
You're like, this store's amazing. They has cabinets that are 6 feet tall. You won't believe it.
Anyway, Steve Aoki was on his show, and he asked him, because he was like, so you put yourself in all these games. You like, it's not just like you're not just collecting Pokemon, you're not just collecting sports, but you do things, you collect the things that you create too. And it was like this awkward, like, is he going to talk about MetaZoo right now? Like,
Nope.
No mention of it.
Could have phoned in front of that one, boss. I know that answer.
I was really hoping it was like hey, I bought MetaZoo from Mike, and we're gonna save the zoo, but it wasn't. I don't think there's any.
No, you don't. That's not nearly as exciting content.
I want there to be a redemption story for MetaZoo.
No,
I want it bad.
Let me finish this book for you, bud. There's not.
It in Pokemon.
Anyway, I just thought it was funny. The Steve Aoki.
God, all right. Steve Aoki, if you're listening to this podcast, we need you to keep doing things so we can keep bringing back the MetaZoo Minute. I'm going to be honest. I don't really care. It can be as tangential as you need us to be. We talked about heights of cabinets for most of this section.
I do my part to make MetaZoo a thing on this podcast every week.
This one is really cool. It has 6 foot cabinets. It has like the world's most advanced computer system for a TCG store.
Honestly, I think the cabinets do better than the computer system.
That follows.
You can't in his cabinets. You can't just take the cards out because you need the little key. So how do you?
No. I think those 5. They're the kind you can open. I think most of them.
They're not. I watched him use the key to open one.
Oh, I don't know.
So,
no,
all right, everyone.
You have to be able to.
That is the podcast. I hope. Listen,
My Mothman has cabinets. Don't worry, they're really tall.
Put in your comment section if you rooted for Caitlin Clark or not Caitlin Clark this week,
or Hogging. I had to sneeze, but I wanted to get my joke out.
Big shout out to the podcast listeners.
Yeah.
Yeah, you sneezed in their ear for fun.
I apologize.
No idea what's going on. I'm not even spicy marked up. This is just normal.
Everyone, thank you for watching. Make sure you hit the like button, hit subscribe. Go subscribe to Josh's channel over at Hometown TCG.
Remember,
you can find George's channel after you find Josh's grandpa's channel.
I make a guest appearance on that channel. He hunts me like a dove.
If you're a Blue Animal content creator, please reach out to us. We have questions. And don't forget to buy the my shirts. George,
no,
you didn't pump
them
at all. You didn't pump them at all.
You told me I can't get one anymore, so now I don't care anymore.
That's not true.
Oh,
I never told you can't. Okay. I told you have one more week.
You did not say that. Everybody thought that was too late.
That's not my fault. You don't pay attention. You were too busy talking about women's basketball the whole week to listen to me.
That's fair. That
all right, everyone.
Totally fair.
Be kind to the people around you.
You didn't pump the shirts.
Oh, go buy my shirt. I'm not gonna pump them. If you want a shirt, GameGrove.gg.
GamerClub.TCG.
Bye, everyone. I already
And
did
may the zoo be with you.
I already did it. I already did it and you
With you.
interrupted.